यस प्रेम दिवसको अवसरमा हाम्रो यो एपिसोड सबै लिङ्गको प्रेम र प्रेम कथामा समर्पित गर्न चाहन्छौँ. Today, we have the pleasure of inviting Dinesh and Janaki. Dinesh is the founder at Ingenious Transformation, whereas Janaki is an advanced medical practitioner. Together, they're also two of the three founders at Hempnath, a local sustainable business. Right, are you guys ready for the first question?
Yes.
I'm not ready. I'm ready.
Where did you first meet?
Google.
It was in Mogar Diwas in Reading.
हाम्रो community event मा भेटेको. Actually, it was my fubu that introduced us. I think I was one of the hosts and
मेरो बहिनीहरु चाहिँ ठ्याक्क they were about to perform अनि हामी पछाडी backstage गथ्यो अनि ठ्याक्क like fubu was like oh मेरो and then we were like oh okay hello hi and ठ्याक्क backstage मा भेटेको अनि.
So, what was your first impression of each other?
I thought she was like एकदम straightforward. I used to run Inspire TV को interview and we had a nice little chat and then she said, by the way, I don't like that bit. Your boy, your boy. She was like started giving me like loads of feedback on my interview. I was like, okay, wow.
I know. So yeah, it wasn't just you and me though. I mean, so we were in. It wasn't just him and me conversation भन्दा पनि हामी सबै ग्रुपमा बोलिरहेको बेलामा अनि ठ्याक्क कुरामा कुरा आउने बेलामा अनि भनेको सबै भन्थे.
What about your first impression, Janaki?
Your first impressions? I think like सुरुमै I kind of felt like उले when we talked about काकादेखि अरु के कुराहरु आउँदा पनि a lot of things अलिकति similar जस्तो. Just like, for example, like kakaबाट Tony Robbins कुरा and then we both like I had been following Tony Robbins and he had been following Tony Robbins. ठ्याक्क like oh you know him and this type को अनि he was a good listener and I just felt like oh I think he's a nice guy.
One thing he or she used to do to charm you at the initial phases of dating but now doesn't do it.
Shall I go first?
Yeah, go.
So सुरुमा चाहिँ के भयो भनेपछि so he's would say vegetarian हो अनि मलाई चाहिँ like
उल्टो भयो नि त त्यो त that's my the मैले भन्ने हो नि त.
You go ahead please.
Okay, so going back to Janaki ko point, so पहिला चाहिँ when we used to go out for a date and मैले के order गर्ने बेलामा like obviously I order vegetarian. She used to order vegetarian. So like म पनि vegetarian order गर्छु. म पर्दैन you can eat meat. I was like she was like no म पनि vegetarian गर्छु. I insist हुन्छ नि. अनि अहिले त नेपाल रेस्टुरेन्टमा गयो भने म त सुकुटी खाने. अनि म चाहिँ भन्छु के हैन बरु तिमी भेज चाउमिन गर म भेज मोमो गर्छु भन्छु हैन. जस्ट लाइक नो म त सुकुटी खाने अनि पोर्क थुक्पा खाने भन्छ.
हैन त्यो पहिला सुरुमा अलि अप्ठ्यारो पनि लाग्थ्यो नि त. अब उले भेजिटेरियन यस्तो खाएर गल आफू चाहिँ मासु गुम त्यस्तो खानु पनि अलिकति अड लाग्थ्यो त्यही भएर पछितिर त युज टु भइसक्यो. मेरो साइडमा चाहिँ लाइक I feel like पहिलातिर सुरुतिर we used to go out quite a lot अनि जस्तै ट्राभलिङहरु अनि मुभीहरु त्यसरी गर्थ्यो हैन. त अहिले चाहिँ अलिक लेस भएको छ. अब obviously यसले गर्दा पनि हो but even then पहिला जतिको त्यस्तो छैन.
One of his or her habits that annoys you the most?
Oh my god. कुन चाहिँ भन्ने हो so many.
You open the Pandora's box.
उले खाने बेलामा यस्तो के अनि साउन्ड नि आउँछ के and it's like oh my god कति annoying लाग्छ. And this I feel obviously so bad telling him like like just don't make it sound as भन्छ हैन. अनि okay until next day no change. So I give up.
What I find annoying about her is pretty much everything. भन्नु भएन है. फेरि अहिले इन्टरभ्यु सिक्दैपछि के भन्दै थिएछ यस्तो चप्पल निकाल्दै फेरि. I think what I find annoying about her is like she tries to control things के like हुन्छ नि. Not in a bad way but she tries to हुन्छ नि. त्यो गर त्यसो नगर हुन्छ नि.
त्यो त भन्दैन मैले त्यो गर त्यसो नगर त भन्दैन.
I know but she gives a lot of feedback and criticism and obviously केटा मान्छेलाई they don't like a lot of hearing a lot of criticism. They like to be encouraged and you know praise and all that. But yes, she does give me some really honest feedback, which I have to take it on my chin sometimes. But yeah.
Which you find annoying. Lala, no more feedback, Abo. You won't learn anything.
Move on to the next question, please.
Along that line, what has been your biggest argument ever, and what was it about?
This is the biggest argument. This is the like a lot of times argument just the कहिलेकाहीँ के कुरामा चित्त बुझेन भने मलाई चाहिँ like I like to talk it through. The last thing I want to do is like go to sleep being mad. I think that's something like I carry on for a few days. Like हुन्छ नि मनमा त्यो भइराख्छ के अनि त्यहाँदेखि पछि एकैचोटि burst out हुने बेला चाहिँ like I end up crying अनि त्यस्तै.
I think it biggest argument भन्दा it accumulates over time. सानो कुराहरु like add up हुँदै जान्छ हैन अनि obviously अब मैले सबै कुरा fully express गर्दैन हैन especially men, they don't express a lot. Obviously I keep it to myself and she doesn't like that and like it just builds up हैन सानो कुरा अलि and then boom, volcano erupt हुन्छ त्यसपछि we like things go crazy and sometimes I guess हाम्रो belief or clash भयो भने and opinion or clash भयो भने and that's where we get heated argument हुन्छ.
Okay, this is a bit of a fun question. What would your partner's spirit animal be and why?
Uta this is a tiger होला or lion होला or के अरे leopard, cheetah. Kineman, he's always on the go. He's always like, I think worst case scenario, monkey.
Monkey, eh? Yeah. Lo. Kid Sarah has you this Sarah.
Oh my god, I never thought about it.
Okay, my turn.
Normally so good
yeah.
I don't know whichever animal is that sort of doesn't stay still. Always on the go. Boy.
Okay, moving on. I think C has multiple characteristics, different animals. One is cat because sometimes she gives that attitude. Obviously she's independent and she doesn't rely on someone else, but at the same time she loves to be praised
or attention seeker.
Cat and also a little bit of dog because she's got that happy personality. Sometimes they're just happy because they're happy to see people that they are close to and she's just happy sometimes. That's just without any reason. And she's loyal and she's like very caring and all that.
Next, we have a rapid fire round. Close your eyes and I'm gonna fire some questions at you. You have to answer it as honestly as you can by either pointing at yourself or your partner. Right, first question. Who's lazier? Who's the better cook? Who wears the pants in the relationship?
Pants in the relationship.
If you won the lottery, who will be the first one to blow all the money? Who is more likely to star in a film? Who's better at making excuses? Whose jokes are better? Who's got more self-control in general? For the next segment, you can't hear each other's answers, so one of you has to wear headphones on. One memory with your partner that you would like to revisit.
I think when we went around traveling to Northern Ireland, and then so we did camping outside, like in literally like out of nowhere, and it was quite scary, but at the same time we had a lovely time. So I think so it's just traveling is something that I would want to revisit.
I think it would be like during our initial phase, I guess, that like when you're initially dating, you've got different kind of passion, different kind of excitement. I know that it's not gonna happen again because as time goes by, it's going to be very different, but I would like to revisit the initial phase where there was excitement, passion, and enthusiasm, and it's just like different kind of energy.
What would you change about your partner?
When I said earlier, like he makes so much noise when he's eating.
I don't think I would change anything. Obviously, there are parts of her that is annoying and like alikiti irritating, but yeah, I wouldn't change anything because that would mean I would change her. It's Anjani. Changing the parts of her means changing the whole of herself, so I wouldn't change anything.
One difficult decision that you had to make or compromise as a couple?
I think for me, obviously he's had to move to Camberley from Swindon, so I think that was a bit difficult. So I just feel like, because he's obviously had to leave his parents and his brother in Swindon, and he's got to come around here, so that was quite difficult. And we're obviously staying with our parents at the moment. Obviously we were visiting Pupu and Pusa, and they were in Swindon. Almost like we used to go almost every weekend, but obviously because of lockdown we haven't been able to do so. So he had to move in with me, and I think, like, especially in Nepalese society, I think that's a very big move for a husband to do that, and that was a little bit difficult in the beginning, but I'm glad and I'm grateful that he did it.
I think one of the difficult decisions that we've had to make recently as a couple was, like she's been wanting to buy a house for a long time so that we can move out, and because at the moment I'm not working and I'm like trying to do my own thing, the business, and I'm also trying to like pursue something else, and so we've had to. It's been a difficult situation because we've had to compromise, what to prioritize and what not to prioritize. So we've had to delay buying a house so that we can focus on the business side, and we can also focus on the things that I'm trying to pursue at the moment, because I know that if I don't do it now, then I won't be able to do it later. So we have to compromise on that one.
And lastly, the most important question: what do you love about each other?
I think I love like almost everything about him. I mean, when I say that, it just sounds a bit not very practical answer, I guess. But one of the most important thing that comes into my head is his sort of calm nature. So whenever like I'm going through difficult times and anything, like, he's such a good listener, and he will always sort of talk to you through, and he's sort of tries to see things from a very different perspective. When I myself am when I'm going through all those hard times, like, I don't think from, like, let's say that perspective, which he sort of manages to see. Yeah, and he's always sort of like a very good listener, and he's always willing to give you that support, whenever I need you.
There's a lot of things I love about her that are mainly she's very innocent, and I love that about her, and at the same time she's so caring and generous, not just to me, not just because I'm her husband, because she does that to everyone. She's very generous and caring about her sisters and her colleagues at work, and she likes giving out gifts and writing little notes and saying thank you, and so I think that part of her is very special and very likable by everyone.
Would you like to share anything about your brand, Hempnath?
Yeah, so basically Hempnath, I don't know if you guys heard about it. We are a eco-friendly, sustainable fashion brand. Our products come directly from Nepal. It's made of pure hemp, a little bit of cotton, and recycled bags. And so we try to make it as sustainable as possible, and we do mainly bags, but we do have hats, and look forward to some clothing as well in the future. For every purchase, we plant 3 trees around the world through Eden Reforestation Project. For other charities, we donated almost £2,000.
So yeah, you can follow us on Instagram at Hempnath, or you can shop in hempnath.com. Or hempnath.co.uk. So yeah, we're on Facebook and Instagram. But thank you so much, guys.
Janaki sales and marketing hat.
Thank you so much for your time and for honestly sharing what a real relationship looks like, the good, the bad, and everything in between.
So yeah, thank you so much, guys, and you guys are doing a wonderful job. And not just the fun section, but you guys are actually bringing out social issuesदेखि लिएर and something that we generally don't talk about हुन्छ नि and I think something that we should really be talking about. So अलिकति openness in hopefully हाम्रो अब younger generationहरूलाई you know you are inspiring and you will continue to do so, and our best wishes. And so yeah, good luck guys, and thank you so much.